Brother Maynard, bring up the holy hand grenade. 1, 2, 5.
Please, sir.
3.
Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
Hey, here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, tell 'em turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last warning, I'm gonna see you go. I am not afraid of the storm that comes my way. When it hits, it
So apparently, coronavirus has taken over everything.
Everything.
Everything. The Wuhan virus is.
The Wu-Tang Clan is forever.
I almost did want to say. No, we're not doing Wu-Tang. Yeah, the Wuhan.
Wuhan! Got you all in check.
Yeah, the Wuhan virus is all that's being talked about, and it is irritating the piss out of me because there's literally nothing else apparently going on, which makes me wonder what might be in the other hand. You know, when you have this much media coverage of something.
Yeah, you always know that there's something on the back end, you know.
Yeah, and we have definitely found some
The things.
some things that are going on, but before we get started on that, with the coronavirus being out there and everybody losing their jobs and having to temporarily shut down, some people are having to just sit at home and hope to God that they can get, bills paid and pray that everything works out right and blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
right,
There are
right.
some people who are taking the bull by the horns.
As it were.
Yeah, who are adapting and overcoming. They are not letting this, weigh them down.
They're definitely supportive of the
Absolutely.
people that they work with.
Mm-hmm. Very supportive. They are.
They're coming above the wire, as
They
it
are
were.
definitely above the wire.
Yes.
When it comes to this, there's a strip club that was shut down over the coronavirus. Now has dancers delivering food. The owner has named this new business venture, you guessed it, Boober Eats.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Isn't it? The Lucky Devil Lounge in Portland had to close its doors last week, but like many other states' directives, Oregon's business closures still lets establishments do takeout and deliver food.
Nice.
A workaround to, keep things completely open, and
Mm-hmm.
it does still supply people with food.
And at least a little bit of funding.
Yeah, it's a very small way to keep, everything flowing and moving without having a complete and total shutdown. Because
Sure.
if America, or any country for that matter, if we shut down entirely
Yes.
for a little bit, everything, we would never be able to start back up again. I don't think.
You're correct.
Yeah, we have way too much debt. There's no way. There's no way. So with as many primary customers draw shut down,
Mhm.
the lounge owner Sean Bolden created a brand new business, and this is according to the Oregorian.
Say that
Is
3
known
times
as
fast.
I know, right? Known as Boober Eats. In short, patrons pay scantily clad strippers to deliver them hot food to their homes. The Oregorian reported that the name and delivery service started as a joke that Bolden had posted on social media, but when people started seriously asking about orders, the lounge owner saw an opening. Bolden has about 80 dancers between the Lucky Devil Lounge and another club, the Devil's Point. I pause here for a moment, and I understand that a lot of people would look at this industry as being that of the devil, but to actually make it poignant like that, to put it in all your names, probably is not going to win you any fans.
No.
I'm just saying. Quote, they're all like, hey, what do we do? I said, let me figure out something, and this is my solution, he recounted to the Oregonian, adding that he bought out one of the local store stock of pastries from the new venture and provided masks, disposable gloves, and sanitizing wipes.
Okay.
Bolden also told the paper he was trying to employ as many people as possible during the coronavirus shutdown, which means kitchen workers are cooking orders, bartenders are working the phones and maintaining social media, the security guards are driving dancers to deliveries and walking them to the front door.
That's nice. At least they have the security guards out there as well.
Yes, the no touching strippers rule still applies to the Boober Eats, according to the paper. About 25 dancers have started taking on the delivery service, the Oregonian said, adding that many of them may have gone from making several $100s a night to earning minimum wage. And you know what? It beats making nothing.
Yes. It means that they're, instead of selling their bodies, they're selling food.
And
It's
their
not-
bodies.
And their bodies. But it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, at least it's just a glimpse of their bodies instead of the whole package.
This is true. Because you can only do so much. I mean, before you start looking into possibly getting in trouble for indecent exposure and
Right, out in public. That's not good.
things like that. Yeah. Quote, losing this job is devastating. Boober Eats stripper Kiki told the paper. Kiki. For the majority of us, it's been almost a complete loss of income. I'm here supporting my community and trying to keep maintaining an income flow as best as we can. Quote. Strippers
She's
are
trying to
considered-
keep the income from flowing.
No, she's trying to keep it flowing.
Ah, so she's looking for maximum flow.
Yep.
Okay.
She needs the heavy flow.
Uh-huh.
Strippers are considered independent contractors rather than employees, the Oregonian said, adding that it means they typically aren't eligible for unemployment benefits. Quote, it became very real when all this happened. Stripper Olivia told the paper, dancers work for tips and tips only.
Just the tips.
Just the tips. Better than nothing, right?
Yeah. She could
Little
go all the
dark-
way, but
Yeah,
Just the
but
tips.
That'll cost you extra.
that's only on certain strip clubs. I mean,
And that's a you can't make it obvious that's a felony.
definitely not the Lucky Devil or Boober Eats, as he calls it.
No. Little Darling Strip Club in Vegas was slated to begin drive-through strip shows Saturday as an effort to keep the business running during coronavirus shutdown.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I saw that, and we didn't actually touch on that.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah,
thing. I didn't really
apparently
want
they're-
to. It's not.
Quote, we're going to offer drive-up window strip shows. Ryan Carlson, the Little Darling's director of operations, told the paper, quote, guests can drive up to the front door, and we're going to have dancers separate by the 6-foot separation rule, and they can enjoy a totally nude show right from the seat of their car, end quote.
I don't think that works that way.
My question is when you do a drive-through strip show, can you biggie size that?
Can you get multiple? And I mean, can you get a package deal here? Are we talking like? Is this like, a combo, or because of the the whole 6-foot thing? Is this like just a combo breaker?
Yeah. Well, and my other thing is like, does any of these packages come with a toy?
Probably.
I'm just wondering.
Probably. Some of them is they are at least a little bit silicon.
Quote, as funny as it sounds, Little Darlings has been around for 30 years, and we pretty much sell out almost every night of the week, Carlson added to the paper. Quote, it probably won't be any busier than normal because, as I said, we kind of reach capacity every night anyway, end quote.
So
There are people out there who are rising above it all, who are not allowing this to stand in their way. They're moving forward and being strong and yeah. God bless them.
That's right.
I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, but then again, like the whole Boober Eats thing, all that is
It's just a lady scantily clad coming to
I was
your
gonna say,
door, delivering food.
it's Hooters. It's Hooters delivery.
Yeah, it's Hooters delivery.
That's all that is.
Yes, it is probably, that would have been a good idea for Hooters.
Yeah, but that's probably the most expensive hamburger you'll ever pay for.
Well, it always is the most expensive hamburger that you ever pay for, from what I hear.
No, I'm not talking about just at Hooters. I'm talking like period.
No, yeah, well,
Like
But
the,
yeah.
the Uber Eats guys. Like that's
Mhm.
because they have to
that's not ketchup.
because you got to upcharge on that to pay for the driver, to pay for everything.
Yeah.
Everything that's going on. So it's gonna be.
Of course, it's gonna be quite a ways.
It is.
Mhm.
It
But-
is. You know what? You know what they probably need
What's that?
while they're out there making those deliveries and working those late nights.
What would they need? I don't know. A
I'm
jacket?
thinking coffee.
Oh,
Coffee. Yeah,
that's
yeah, I
also
mean,
good. Yes.
Late nights, the
Uh-huh.
driving around,
Come home.
The security guards are going to be pooped. They need to be
Work sucks. I know.
I'll be at your show.
Thank you.
I said it backwards, but I don't care.
Close enough. Close enough.
Yeah. So, but no, coffee.
Yeah, coffee'd be
Oh,
good.
it's the coffee.
See,
got
coffee's
pot of-
amazing, and he doesn't have any coffee with him, from what I
No,
can tell.
I have a pot that's sitting in there that unfortunately it was not made in time, and so
Oh, so you're gonna drink it afterwards. Myself, I'm actually drinking something from American Pride Roasters. American Pride Roasters has some of the best coffee known to man. If you want flavored coffees or unflavored coffees, it doesn't matter. The blends that they buy and then roast themselves, they're just amazing. And then you add on top of that. You put on top of that all the historical narrative that they put into their coffees, and it really is historically great coffee.
it is absolutely.
It is amazing. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. AmericanPrideRoasters.com also has the tea, which is the Boston Tea Party. It is something that I am currently drinking. Delicious. They use the fruit from the coffee beans. You know, the coffee beans are inside of a fruit. They take that fruit and they dry that out with some acai berries and some additional spice, and it is awesome.
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 Awesome. So if you are a tea person or if you're a coffee person, they also have the chocolates.
Oh, the chocolates.
Definitely get you some ordered today. I promise you, you will not be sorry. And I have my personal guarantee that you will love it, or I'll drink it for you. Just
Yes.
that simple. I
Mhm,
will.
mhm.
I take in one for the team
Yes.
because that's just the kind of guy I am. So get your order in today. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. I sure DMXDM would love
To get that business.
fill your order.
Oh. Let
So,
that
yeah.
hot coffee slide down your throat. Big Farmer Steve over on the Twitter says, so, let me get this straight. Strip clubs are now sending strippers to people's houses to deliver happy meals instead of happy endings?
Well, I don't know what they're delivering. Happy something. I'm not sure what it is exactly.
They're
but-
delivering a meal. It's up to you to be happy. I'm just saying.
Oh my God. Kevin Hutchins on MeWe is on a roll right
He's
now.
burning it up, huh?
The drive-through churches seem even more stranger to me than the drive-through strip clubs.
Oh crap. That line at the pearly gates probably ain't this long. Let's go home and order the Hell Hub.
Hell. Oh yes, I feel closer to God now. They have 5G Wi-Fi here.
Yeah, do you have the Impossible Miracle Burger thing?
I wonder if Jesus can turn my burgers into 5,000 Big Macs.
Yeah, give me 2 Our Fathers, 3 Hail Marys, a pious pedophile Pope pie, and supersize it.
Oh, and then finally APR, because early in the morning, I'm not looking for a cup of coffee. I'm looking for a cup of history.
Yep.
Very well said. Thank you.
Very well. Thank you. That's a good roll. Good job. Look at
That
you.
was a long one. Good Lord,
It's
have
a
mercy.
diatribe from you. Goodly.
It was one of those that just it it kept flowing.
Yep. Oh, it just did. Leading economists warn that Medicare for All would trigger shortage and stifle innovation. That's right, you heard it. Leading economists now say that Medicare for All would trigger shortages and stifle innovation.
That's
Haven't we been telling you this thing forever?
anybody with the semblance of common sense knows that.
It's like, why do we need a leading economist?
Well, the only look, I'm gonna tell you what. Look,
Look.
the only reason why they're saying it now is because the economy is flatlining. That's it. That is the only reason why. We were watching it today. We have a bunch of TVs on at all the different spots and stuff that we have to be into, and all of them are tuned to the news, of course. And all of them are, of course, talking about the Wuhan virus. Excuse me. And then, which apparently I have now. And, you watch it on some of them, depending on the station you're watching, will have the Dow, and I'm telling you, like, the sucker was dropping 1,000 points in a solid day. I guess
It was a mile a minute, right?
Hundreds, and it was just it's flatlining. It's just going to drop, and that's the only reason why, because we are now losing so much as far as the economy goes, that they're saying, yes, if we implemented it now, it would destroy everything. However, if we were all rich and prosperous and we had rich people that we can build this for money from,
Right.
then it would work.
Well,
That is.
that's the funny thing. See, more than 50 leading U.S. economists and professors have signed an open letter warning that the proposed Medicare for All plan to place Americans on government-run systems would trigger shortages, degrade quality, and discourage medical innovation. Quote,
Look, you're real fast. You don't need to have leading economists sign an open letter. All you have to do is look at, I don't know,
Canadians,
the Europes,
or the Venezuelas.
or the VA. There you go. You don't even have to leave the country. Go to your local VA. You want to see what Medicare for All looks like? Ta-da! The VA.
Quote, Americans should have access to health care. They need and have insurance protections for medical expenses they cannot afford, said the letter released last week. Quote, we, the undersigned economists, believe the proposed Medicare for All plans would lead to shortages throughout the health sector that would restrict access to care, undermine quality, lead the innovative stifling price controls, and adversely impact the economy.
No.
Say
it isn't so, Timmy.
No, it is so.
It absolutely is so.
It's
Again, this
so.
is something that you don't have to be an economist. You don't have to be. Hell, I'm an AI who can't do math, and I can tell you that it doesn't work.
It's true.
It's very true, and mainly the AI can't do math.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist. My kids can tell you that it doesn't work, because you have to get the money from somewhere, and eventually, when you squeeze the money out of everybody, then it starts to fall apart. There might be a brief, and I mean a very brief, stretch of time where once this is implemented, it would seem like everything is great and gravy, and then once everything has to start being paid for and tallied up and everything else, then suddenly, not so much.
Not so much. Speaking of which, doctors over in Italy say that he and other physicians are no longer permitted to put coronavirus patients who are the age of 60 on a ventilator.
Oh, you mean those doctors that are in the Medicare for All socialized medicine that they're talking about wanting to do here?
According to the Jerusalem Post, Dr. Guy Peleg said that instructions in Parma, Italy, do not allow such treatments for patients over 60. Italy has seen at least 59, 138 COVID count. why did they 59,138 COVID-19 cases and over 5,476 people in Italy have died as a result. There are 3,405 deaths as of Thursday.
Yeah, that's they're dropping like flies in Italy, and because they have no money.
Yep.
They're
Well, no. Let's not.
medical. Well,
I'm
but
sorry.
their
I'm sorry. Hold
medical
on.
system, garbage.
Italy has no money. That is true.
Yes.
The Vatican is
Yes.
basically made of gold
Yes.
and ivory.
yes. But you can't touch it.
I'm sorry. Why do you have walls there, Pope?
Well, because he's different. He's, the channel. He's the link to
No.
God, and you have.
That's
to...
why you shouldn't have walls. Yeah, that's why you should be with the people. That's why, I don't get it.
That's why I'm not Catholic.
I know.
This is the stuff. This is what Medicare for all. This is what happens. The next pandemic hits. I say pandemic. This is not a pandemic. This is garbage. This is media hype. Is all this is.
This is 90% media hype and about 3% of actual viral spread.
Yes, when you're talking just in America, you've only had 455 deaths. I think as of today. I think it might have been more.
Mm-hmm.
But as of time we walked out of work today, I think it was 455. That's it. That's all the people that have died from this thing. And you're going to turn around. That's not a pandemic. I'm sorry.
We're fine.
You're not going to convince me otherwise.
Look, it does.
It's
Even
media
if we
hype.
have a 100% contraction rate. 100% contraction rate.
That doesn't have anything to do with the mortality rate.
The mortality rate is 5%.
Yeah. And
now,
that's just
does that suck? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it does. It sucks. But as a whole, a 5%, even a 15% mortality rate, if contracted 100%, while it will be a large number in the end, is not really going to make a hill of beans as far as the real population is concerned.
Yeah, as far as other things that kill, like I
Right.
don't know, abortion.
Right. Abortion kills 100% of the time. So
Yep, every single time. And we can even get away from abortion because abortion doesn't count because that's
right.
not a baby, that's just a clump of cells. Okay, fine. Let's
Sure.
get out of that crap. You can move on to anything else. Drunk driving in the United States kills more people than this thing has.
yes, it does.
Chicago, the
The city of Chicago.
has more deaths in the day than coronavirus has done in the United States.
True.
I am so tired of this hype. I am so. It's not a virus, people. Calling the hell down.
Well, it is a virus, but it's not an epidemic
it's not
or
a
not
virus,
a
it's a pandemic.
pandemic.
Sorry,
It's not
a
any of this stuff.
pandemic.
Yes, it was a virus that was released. It's it's the flu plus a little extra.
Yeah.
Calm down.
The plague, the Black Plague, that was a.
That was deadly. That's everybody
pandemic.
that comes in contact with it dies.
Yes, that was a bad thing.
That was actually a
this-
plague. This is not a plague.
Yeah. Not so much.
This is terrible. It hurts. It's painful.
It's irritating because this is all we're talking about.
It's irritating because it's taking up 90% of our time and everything else that we have to do, and I can't find another freaking story that doesn't have something to do with us bull crap. But that being said,
Having said all of that,
all that being said,
yeah, that was a
You're
very
not gonna
good point.
die.
You want to admit another one? I just got a number off of Facebook. The Michael Gobin over on Facebook says that 86,000 died from the flu last year.
yeah,
Nobody says a word.
nope, not a thing.
Not a thing. And that's my point. I'm tired of it. Is it scary? Okay. Is it is it something new that people aren't used to? Okay. Is it killing people in Italy? Absolutely. But it's not doing that here. And to turn around and to lock it down and say, well, and act like this where they're, full states are shutting down. This is too much. This is too much. I'm ready for it to be over.
Yeah, and it's not just full state. Like it's stupid.
It's worse than here.
We'll be right back right after this commercial break. Such stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe that stupid stuff. My goodness, dude.
What?
Stupidity at its finest. Including this next story. I already know some people that are going to lose their heads over it.
Oh yeah. No, it's gonna be it's a dandy. It's gonna be a doozy. I'm Henry VIII, I am.
Henry VIII, I am.
I got married to the widow next door.
She's been married
7 times before. Everyone was a Henry. She wouldn't date a Willie or a Sam. I'm the 8th old man, I'm Henry. Henry the 8th I am.
Mm-hmm.
Second verse, same as the first. Oh.
No, not doing this. Don't have enough time for that.
My kids love that song.
Gosh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's repetition. Makes it easy.
Better than Wheels on the Bus.
Yes, for sure. All right. We should be coming back here in just a second.
I think it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, love that play.
Dun, 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 dun. You're welcome, Virginia.
Yep. All for you.
She says freaking earworm now. You're welcome.
Yeah, that's how we do this.
This is what we do.
Welcome back to the show, the one, the only, on the Mojo 50 Network. We didn't start the fire, but it's always burning.
Since the world's been turning.
That's right. This is the Defenders Live, DOAEshow.com, DOAEshow.com on the Mojo 50 Network, Mojo 50 Radio, Mojo50.com, over on the iHeartRadio, where you can find us live, along with everybody else on the Mojo 50 Network, live station, Mojo 50 Radio, on there.
Yep. Go to our website, Defenders Live, would be DOAEshow.com. Check out the archives from way back in the day. If you want to get a giggle out of stuff, there's also swag and gear to pick up, shirts and t-shirts and cups and sweaters
and more swag to come, okay?
Things are coming. It's just a giant flood of things coming your way. So you want to be part of that.
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge.
And
I would argue.
You would argue
that what is getting ready to
drop.
Thank you. Is probably the biggest thing we've had so far.
It is quite large. Yes.
I'm thinking. I could be wrong, but this is
no. It's quite large. Quite large.
It
indeed.
is.
Yeah.
It is. It is. Anyway, and while you're at it, go to mojo50.com, like Steve said. Check out everything. Go to the donate button, hit $25 or more, get you a Rocky Stucci Meatball Army T-shirt as a way of saying thank you for
Yes.
supporting the network,
Mm-hmm.
helping us keep the lights on and showing you loves. And you know, another way, if you can't do $25, you can't donate anything, the best way to support us
Mm-hmm.
on Mojo and Mojo as a whole, but any of us as the hosts as well, is just share this stuff.
Yes.
Anywhere, everywhere. If you like it, if you're entertained,
Share it.
share it. For real. Pick
All the
like
times.
a group on Facebook and
A
share it.
friend.
Yes.
Anything.
And do it. It's like a goofy pyramid scheme that no one gets anything out of,
Right, except for us, because we just
except for us, because
Yeah.
we get a bigger footprint.
right,
So,
right. That's how we like it. And then you get, you get to talk about us to your friends.
Yeah, and who knows, you might need you might get something out of it. You might not. I mean, you definitely get our appreciation.
Right.
I mean, never ending,
All yeah.
undying.
Undying love.
Uh-huh.
Unchained melodies, as it were. James over on the Twitter says, baby clothes. Baby clothes? Are baby clothes coming to the store? No, we said big. Huge.
Yeah, huge. Well, technically, a onesie is big, considering
On a
depends on what you're
baby.
comparing it to.
It's big on a baby.
It depends on how big a baby
Mm,
it is.
It's a big baby.
It is a big baby.
Uh-huh. So Pennsylvania Supreme Court greenlights a mandatory gun store closure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just before we go on, this last part of the hour,
Right.
and it was mentioned. Brad touched on it a bit this morning. This is with all the media hype, with everything that is going on, with all the crap that is going down. This is the time to be paying attention.
Yeah.
You may not know what's going on in the other hand, but you can definitely keep an eye on liberties and things that are possibly getting ready to be taken away. He already mentioned a couple of like arguably, he mentioned this morning, the right to assemble.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty much gone. You can't assemble unless you're 6 feet away from each other.
Yeah. And I mean, and it's now obviously we can all sit here and go, you know what, it's the right thing to do. It's because of, the don't want to spread the virus around. It's a safe thing, blah, blah, and that's all true. But it's not for the government to tell you can't do it.
Right.
You, the human being, should have enough common sense and decency for your fellow man to go, you know what? I probably shouldn't be around you people because either you're sick and could get me sick, or I know I'm sick and could probably get you sick.
Yeah. So when that comes to that conclusion, maybe you should just be a good person.
Yeah. But nobody wants to be a good person.
No.
We've left even the very idea of morality up to the government to decide when we can be good and when we can be bad and when we're allowed to come out of our room. And I'm sorry, but I I don't do that. I don't aspire to that. I don't raise my children that way, and I'm assuming that a lot of you don't either.
Well, I mean, I personally, I spin the wheel of morality to see exactly what I will or will not do that day.
See, I really want to start doing that now.
Wheel of morality, turn.
Turn.
Tell us the lesson that we should learn.
Love that show.
So good. But Pennsylvania Supreme Court on Sunday night denied an emergency request that would have blocked a gubernatorial order mandating the closure of the gun retailers in response to the novel coronavirus. The order to shut down the gun stores was part of a larger plan set forth by the state's Democratic governor, Tom Wolf, in sheep's clothing, mandating the closure of businesses not deemed life-sustaining. Gun rights advocates... I'm sorry, what?
So, hold on.
You good?
No, my head's trying to explode.
Okay.
So let me get this clear.
Right.
People are hoarding toilet paper.
Yes.
It hasn't gotten violent yet,
Yes.
but it's getting ready to get very violent if the shortages continue and get worse and worse. And you're going to tell me that a family who or even a single person. Forget a family. You're one person is still a family. Family unto himself.
No.
One person does not have the right to defend his property. And I'm not even
life.
If you are the douchebags. Look, even if you're one of the douchebags that have hoarded toilet paper from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you're weird.
Yeah, you're weird and
Why
everything.
are you hoarding toilet paper?
Whatever it is that you know, if you are a hoarder on this stuff, and if you're hoarding these things and just trying to buy it up because you're paranoid, you bought it. It is your property. You have a right to defend yourself. And if you decide that you want to go get a gun, you should be able to go get said gun to protect yourself. I would deem that essential and important.
Well, you'd be wrong in Pennsylvania.
This is why I don't live in Pennsylvania.
The court's decision comes as Pennsylvania, and Americans more broadly have flooded gun stores. Industry officials said sales had spiked as much as 300% last week due to concerns of relaxed law enforcement during the outbreak, and some retailers even reported running out of stock, at least temporarily. While the first states to implement the aggressive shutdown measures have split on whether they would include gun stores, the country's top gun rights groups have threatened more illegal action.
They should. They should be. This stuff should be. It should be struck down. Period. It is unconstitutional for the government to shut down. What does purchasing a gun have to do with contracting a respiratory illness?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Other than this is an attempt to see how far they can push things.
Correct.
How far can they go in taking away your freedoms? And how much will you complain about it?
Yeah, they've tried so hard, and they've got so far.
In the end, it doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't. But you know what does matter?
What's that?
How much you can fit inside of a cat cooler.
How much can you fit into a cat cooler?
It's almost like how many licks does it take to eat a Tootsie
I know.
Pop? And you're like, I don't. A 1, a 2, a 3.
Yeah.
Three.
Yeah.
Cat coolers are an amazing thing, and they come with at least up to 3 body fitting cooler.
That how big is the body? Is it like my size body or your size body?
Well, if we are the body.
No. No.
Look, cat coolers are rugged, okay? They keep your ice cold.
How rugged are they?
Well, they're so rugged they can keep your ice cold for up to 7 days.
that is rugged.
They're made in the United States.
Of course, because that's where rugged is like born.
That's right. They're fully customizable.
Fully.
Yes, you can have multiple colors, and you can choose whatever design you want for the top lid.
But wait, there's more.
There is more. Cat coolers come with a lifetime warranty. Lifetime warranty.
Oh.
So it doesn't matter what you do. Lifetime warranty. If you somehow break this thing, you will get another one in return. Go to catcoolers.com. Catcoolers.com. When you look at their stuff, use my name, Steven. 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 And you can get 10% off on the discount when you order. What?
James, there you go.
What? What happened?
Put a gif up of the Wheel of Morality.
Wheel of morality, turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we should learn.
Slightly Venomous Kirk over on Twitter's. Wait, does that mean attorneys are considered essential?
Yes. Technically.
Technically, but from what I hear, like I know over in our neck of the woods, they're doing emergency court only. Like everything is shut down.
Right. You can't do anything unless you...
Yeah, and I don't know what define emergency court.
Kill somebody.
Well, but like that's what a jail's for. You could process them and put them in.
And then wait.
You could hold them.
And wait.
So what's an emergency court?
You can only hold them if they're not in New York.
That's true. I sadly, but you know.
That's true.
So, by the way, Virginia, we will get to that shortly. So, I was wrong And we should always lead with our mistakes, right?
Except for we're not leading. This is technically towards the middle of the end.
It's the middle of the end, but I'm leading this story with my mistake.
Yeah, well,
Let
okay.
me just play it that way, all right? I'm
All right.
leading the story with my mistake.
I feel like we're splitting hairs, but
We are. So, when everything happened and they decided to push the Republicans decided to push this new stimulus bill through, right?
Right.
The Democrats said nay.
Nay.
And they said, nope,
Not today, Satan.
not going to happen. We're not
Not
doing
gonna
it. Not going to do it.
Wouldn't be prudent.
That's right. That's what they said. And I was like, you know what? It doesn't make sense.
No.
It doesn't make sense because these are the same people that want socialism, they want communism. These are the same people that want to give everybody everything and then take it all away from them at the same time. So, I thought they were just saying, you know what, screw it. It's Trump. We're not letting it happen.
Okay.
And that's the simplest answer, right?
Pretty much.
Okay. I was wrong. What they were doing was stalling for time so that they could put their own stimulus bill out to the floor that has their own motives behind it and also has a whole bunch of added crap.
Okay. Well, there's a shocker. A bill coming out of Congress that isn't laden with or
Bacon.
It has to be laden with pork.
So much bacon.
Mm. so
So the Democrats did a couple things. They pushed for environmental measures to and increased union powers in the coronavirus stimulus bill that they have proposed. They also decided that in their stimulus bill, which is 1,100 pages, they had to use the word diversity a minimum of 32 times.
at a minimum.
Yes.
Why? What
I don't know. It's just, it appears at least 32 times. The word diversity appears at least 32 times in the new package. Along with that, they put in a couple of additional measures, a couple of strings, a couple of attachments, a couple of things like if the company wants to if the companies want to participate in the stimulus package to help pay for their people who are out of work because they've been forced to by the government, they have to then be beholden to the government for a minimum 5 years with this diversity reinvention deal.
Oh, but it's only 5 years.
It's only 5 years of
slave to the government.
Yeah, where they have to file like the diversity report section. It requires companies to compare the salaries of their employees based on the gender, race, and furnish that information on the number of staff and budget dedicated to diversity and inclusion initiatives.
Shut up. Whatever happened to
Forcing everybody to do this.
whatever happened to the fact that you put the best qualified person in there?
That doesn't matter anymore.
Judge somebody by the content of their character, their ability and skills in the need of the said job, and not on the color of their skin or what is dangling between their or not dangling between their legs.
What is or is not? Yes.
Actually, I think I should have just said whatever is dangling, because it technically you have danglage.
There is danglage.
Northern and southern hemisphere, depending on which gender you. Regardless,
There's danglage.
there is danglage. This is ridiculous. This is the kind of stuff. This is what I'm talking about. This is what we meant earlier when this is the time you have to keep an eye on what's going on.
Yes.
This is the moments where government slowly slides in and they start picking away just a little bit more and a little bit more. And what's happened is we're all, I say we, most of the country is all freaking out over
About the
a disease.
coronavirus.
Yes, that has only killed 455 people as of today
Right.
in this country.
Now, I'm not saying that it's not going to kill thousands, because it will.
Yeah, we're not saying
It
it's
will.
not going to do that. It might.
It will.
But as of right now, the number of people who have it in this country compared to the people who have died so far, it's not that big a deal.
No.
More people have died in car accidents, and yet we're getting ready to lose. There are companies who are literally about to be beholden to the government to make sure that they have the right people that the government decides, and not what is actually best for the company, which therefore would be best for the economy, which would be best for the American people. And
So this is where it comes into that point that you were talking about earlier. You have to watch what the other hand is doing. The other hand in this name, in this setup, in this design, is the Democrat Party.
No.
That
You mean
is the
party
other
of
hand.
inclusion and who wants to share everything and wants to take care
Right.
of everybody.
Right.
You have to take care of everybody. because
Right.
if you
Other
don't-
than the people they don't want to take care of, like the people that have money.
yeah, or the people who don't agree with them.
Right. See, this bill also includes things like tax credits for solar and wind energy, provisions to force employers to give special treatment to to big labor, meaning unions, which means that they have to be forced to use union labor, along with new emission standards for airlines. There's absolutely no. It's just Christmas. It's a Christmas list for the Democrats, and they know that they can. They know that they can do this because it's going to look like, oh well, if it gets canceled again after the Democrats reintroduce their bill, they can then play it because they're going to have the media coverage saying that the Republicans blocked it.
Yeah, they're taking advantage of a situation and trying to screw over people who honestly need something. Now, it's not. Now, I'm going to take a step back for a second. It's not the government's responsibility to take care of you.
No, never.
If you do not have enough food in your house, if you do not have go bags, if you do not have everything properly done, if you don't have money or retirement or some kind of a thing,
It
set
is
up
your
on
fault.
Your own, it is on you.
And that
However-
includes ourselves. Just so you know, that includes ourselves.
Oh yeah, and I'm currently working very hard to build my stuff back up.
Right.
Having said all of that,
Yeah.
we are in a spot where the way the country is right now, there is a lot of things that has been given to the government that I personally would not have given up.
No.
And we do have some, I don't want to say requirement, but we do kind of have to lean on them for a lot of things as of late.
Lean on me.
I would rather not, because we've given them so much of of our freedoms and our powers, and we're not even willing or attempting to try and take them back.
Right.
This is just going to get worse. This is just going to get worse. Like Steven said, they're going to turn around and they're going to implement their own thing, and then they're going to turn around and paint it off as a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, they're not trying to take care of it. They don't believe in diversity. They don't believe in all this
No,
stuff.
it's not, and that's
It has
the whole
nothing
point.
to do with diversity. Whether or not
Exactly.
a person loses their job
Mhm.
has nothing to do with whether or not what skin color they are, what gender they profess to be, what they've got dangling off their body. It depends on the fact that they are in need, and if the government has the ability to give to them, which it shouldn't be, but if they do, then to hold it up because you want to tie some crap in,
Right.
it's irritating because this is the very same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is politics. This is why ultimately we really don't talk politics. We just read headlines and talk shit about it.
Yeah, right. Because the politics behind it is what actually is infuriating. It's what
It
causes
is.
people's heads to explode. It's the reason why we hate politics in general. But
Yeah.
I think we need to take a minute and just calm down. How about I tell you about some CBD oils?
It would probably do me some good.
It would do you some good. Look, KBMDs, hemp extracted CBD oils over on the Mojo 5.0s. It is amazing. Okay. Third party tested with real COA. They don't use CBDs. They have a certificate. They do not use any CBDs that don't have a certificate of authenticity. So it's been tested and tested and tested again. It's a full spectrum CBD. It works not only on its own, but it also works with other things as well. It's like an entourage effect. And if you use it in conjunction with different minerals and vitamins, it actually helps boost everything inside of your body.
Mm-hmm.
If you have suffering from joint pain, difficulty sleeping, inflammation, mood swings, even gut problems, the CBD oils from KBMD are something that can deliver some real relief. Go to mojo50.com/shop. It's mojo50.com/shop. Use the promo code DEFENDERS, and you can get $15 off the price. That's promo code DEFENDERS. Get your $15 off over at mojo50.com/shop.
I got gut problems, but mine's from overeating and being lazy. Just saying it.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so if we hadn't irritated you, if we hadn't actually scared you into this is a legit scare of all of this whole Wuhan virus thing. It's not the virus.
Here's the real one.
To be worried about.
Yeah.
What you need to be worried about is what is going on with your country and around the world and things that are happening.
What is your government doing?
The Justice Department has quietly asked the government for the ability to ask the chief judges to detain people indefinitely without trial during emergencies as part of a push for new powers that come as the novel coronavirus spreads throughout the United States.
James over on the Twitter, you have a constitutional right to a speedy trial, at Dylan Lyles.
Yeah, I know.
That was to an earlier comment, but it makes sense here.
It does still fit.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm talking about. This is the stuff that you have to watch out for.
Yes.
The Justice Department wanting the ability to detain someone indefinitely in their home or without a trial.
Yes.
Because of a virus.
Yeah, because
using
whatever excuse.
Whatever excuse, exactly. And here's the fun part about this. Do you really think that once this virus is done and gone and over with, and we've crossed that line and everything's fine and dandy, and we're on the other side and summer's good and blah, 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 or whatever's going, do you think they're going to give those powers back?
No.
Documents reviewed by Politico detailed the department's request that lawmakers on a host of topics, including the statute of limitations, asylum, and the way court hearings are conducted. Politico also reviewed and previously reported on documents seeking the authority to extend deadlines on merger reviews and prosecutions. Justice Department spokesman denied to comment on the documents. Of course they did.
Duh. They're not going to openly discuss anything that, they don't have the power for yet.
No.
Because that's just going to draw more attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
And
the
second,
move is he's not doing it.
That's not him. This is the
That's
DOJ.
Yeah, this is a very different thing.
This
because the DOJ is very much against Donald Trump.
They don't like him. Even though they're underneath him, they don't like him.
No, there's only a couple people that he's put in that place, and that's it. Everybody else does not like him at all.
90% of the DOJ is actually holdover from the last president.
Yes. And they're trying to cite it. Already he has cited the pandemic as a reason for heightening border restrictions and restricting asylum claims. There's nothing wrong with that. That's called sealing off our borders and protecting ourselves to keep this crap from coming in here.
Right. That's not anything.
Yeah, that's different than allowing the Department of Justice to be able to come in and say, nope, we have decided that you are at risk and you cannot leave your home.
Right. And so the funny thing is that right there, he's already cited a pandemic for a reason to heighten the border restrictions and restricting asylum. Okay, that's the exact thing that Joe Biden came out and said we should do. And then 10 minutes later, Trump was on the television doing it.
Yeah, which means he was already doing it.
Which means he was already doing it behind the scenes before Joe Biden said any damn thing.
Yep.
And it happened immediately. Nothing. You can't complain about it. He's doing exactly what your guy that you chose would have done.
Mm-hmm. In one of the court documents, the department proposed that Congress grant the Attorney General power to ask the chief judge of any district court to pause court proceedings, quote, whenever the district court is fully or partially closed by virtue of any natural disaster, civil disobedience, or other emergency situation, end quote.
Mm-hmm.
The proposal would also grant those top judges broad authorities to pause court proceedings during emergencies. It would apply to, quote, any statutes or rules of procedures otherwise affecting pre-arrest, post-arrest, pre-trial, trial, and post-trial procedures in criminal, juvenile proceedings, and all civil process and proceedings, in quote, according to the draft legislative language that was shared with the Congress.
So basically, they're trying to take over the world.
Yep. Slowly but surely. It's this whole, everybody's panicking over toilet paper. Let's take control of everything now.
Exactly. And
because we can do better.
But let us go ahead with the bell counts.
Good evening, Mojo 50. I'm Leprechaun, and here with your bell count grade for the day, Monday, March 23rd, 2020. Today we had 2 innuendo bells, 40 actual bells, 5 rim shots, and 2 boings. Giving us a grade A for the day. Peace out and good night, boys.
See, that's how we do it. Here, that's right. Defenders Live, Mojo 50. We'll catch you tomorrow night, folks. See you later.
Bye, y'all.
That was wonderful. Bravo! I loved that. Oh, it was great. Well, it was pretty good. Well, it wasn't bad. Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good. It could have been a lot better. I didn't really like it. It was pretty terrible. It was bad. It was awful. It was terrible. Get him away! Hey!